Have you ever wondered how a girl who grew up on the humble streets of Cuba became one of the most fearsome hitters in the world? A journey not only of glory, but also of controversy, exile, and even times standing on the brink of her career. Melissa Vargas is not just an athlete, she is proof that fate can be rewritten. But what really happened behind the scenes? And why has her journey captivated the entire world? The story of Melissa Teresa Vargas Abreu began in the warm, music-filled streets of Cienfuegos, Cuba, where she was born on October 16, 1999. That city carried a powerful rhythm, and Melissa grew up in a family where sports were more than a hobby, they were nearly a legacy. Her father was a handball player who early on instilled in her a spirit of discipline, competitive will, and the drive to rise from a very young age. From the age of 6, Melissa was naturally drawn to volleyball. Initially, it was just simple games in the streets with neighborhood kids. But those seemingly ordinary moments silently laid the foundation for an extraordinary career. By age 8, she joined her school team, and almost immediately, teachers and coaches noticed something very different about this girl. Melissa's coordination, intensity, and instinct for the game were impossible to ignore. Back then, no one knew how far she would go, but everyone understood that a special talent was beginning to awaken. As she entered her early teens, Melissa Vargas's pace of development began to astonish everyone. At just 12, she was training with the Cienfuegos team, much earlier than the path most young athletes usually follow. Her dedication was of a rare intensity, and her talent was nearly impossible to hide. Every serve, every jump, and every spike seemed to foretell that this was no ordinary face. Melissa's reputation was no longer confined to her hometown. By age 13, while many athletes her age were still learning the basics, Melissa was wearing the jersey of the Cuban national team. This was a special milestone not only because of her youth, but also for the composure and power she displayed under the international spotlight. Coaches and experts began to speak of her as a once-in-a-generation talent, a player who competed with a grit and maturity far beyond her years. At 14, she was no longer just an emerging hope. She had become one of the brightest faces in Cuban volleyball. At the U23 Pan American Cup, facing opponents nearly a decade older than herself, Melissa still played dominantly and was named the best opposite hitter. Before turning 15, she participated in her first World Championship. What Melissa showed then confirmed what many had realized early on. She wasn't just approaching greatness, she had begun to touch it very early. But would the road ahead be as smooth as everyone imagined? In 2015, at just 16 years old, Melissa Vargas left Cuba to join Egor Prostyov in the Czech Republic, officially entering the rigorous European volleyball scene. But instead of struggling to adapt, she quickly proved she belonged on this stage, playing with confidence and helping secure titles for the team. That was the moment the world began to see her no longer as a young talent, but as a star in the making. However, just as her momentum was building, everything suddenly stalled. A serious shoulder injury forced her to return to Cuba for treatment, and it was here that the biggest turning point of her career occurred. Conflict with the Cuban Volleyball Federation escalated, ending in a 4-year ban from the national team, a direct blow to her future when everything was still ahead. That was a time when many might have stopped, but for Melissa, this was not the end, but a turning point. As all doors seemed to close, could she find another way to continue rising? In 2017, Melissa Vargas started over when she joined Volleyball Zurich in Switzerland, an environment that helped her step-by-step regain her form after the incident. Here, she not only found her confidence, but also quickly asserted her class. Her powerful attacks, flexible movement, and sharp game intelligence helped her once again become a standout name on the court. By 2018, Melissa moved to Fenerbahce, where her career truly exploded. In her very first season, she became an important pillar, winning over fans with her powerful serves and dominant play. The nickname Vargas Airlines also emerged from this time, accurately reflecting her high speed and powerful style of play. In the following years, Melissa continuously played between China and Turkey, but in any environment, she maintained high performance and made a clear impact. From an athlete who once faced the risk of a career plateau, she returned stronger, rising to become one of the top opposite hitters in the world. 2021 marked a major turning point when Melissa Vargas officially received Turkish citizenship, opening a brand new chapter in her career. From an athlete whose international path was once interrupted, she stood before the opportunity to wear the jersey of a team hungry to reach the top. By 2023, after completing the waiting period, Melissa debuted for the Turkish national team and almost immediately made a visible impact. In a short time, she became a central figure, playing a major role in helping the team win the Nations League Championship and continuing to take the throne at the European Championship. In both tournaments, she was awarded the Most Valuable Player title, a strong confirmation of her class. Not stopping at titles, Melissa's performances also led experts to describe her as a game changer for the national team. Her powerful serves, reaching a milestone of up to 112 kilometers per hour, along with her consistency, turned her into an obsession for every block. From a young talent who once faced adversity, Melissa Vargas has now risen to the top of the world. But as her career has reached its peak, the question arises, what is her true value outside the court? Melissa Vargas's net worth is estimated at various figures, ranging from about $100,000 to $1 million, according to conservative assessments, to around $5 million by 2025. Some analyses even suggest much higher figures when including her influence and brand value. Melissa's income does not only come from playing. Her career spans many countries, with revenue from club contracts, bonuses, and match fees. Additionally, commercial partnerships, including major brands like Nike, along with her social media influence, have helped her significantly expand her income. While the numbers may vary, it is clear that Melissa Vargas is not only earning money from achievements on the court, but is also building her value as an increasingly influential brand. Despite her fame and reaching the top, Melissa Vargas chooses to keep almost all of her private life a secret. There are no images of luxurious villas, no sharing of living spaces on social media. She almost completely separates her personal life from the public spotlight. That silence is not accidental, but a clear choice. While many stars build an image through a lavish lifestyle, Melissa keeps everything simple and private. Rare information shows that she drives a Peugeot 5008, a practical choice rather than a flashy one, with a price tag of about $35,000 to $45,000. She may live simply, or perhaps very differently, but the important thing is that Melissa always maintains control over her life. And it is that very privacy that makes people more curious about the real person behind the glory. Melissa Vargas not only impresses on the court, but also through her openness about her personal life. She is openly gay, and her relationship with Turkish volleyball star Zehra Güneş once received much attention from fans. To many, it is an image of sincerity and connection that goes beyond sports. Despite being famous, Melissa keeps her private life quiet. She carries the humility from her childhood in Cuba, always being mentioned as a disciplined, focused person who lives warmly off the court. Behind the powerful image is a gentle, introspective person loyal to those close to her. Her journey is not just about a career change, but also a process of finding and asserting herself in a completely new environment. And no matter where she is, she always holds on to the values from where it all began. Melissa Vargas's journey is not just a story of an athlete reaching the top, but a testament that the starting point does not decide the destination. From the streets of Cuba to the bright lights of the world's largest arenas, she has gone through injury, bans, and major life changes to rewrite her own fate. Perhaps the most memorable thing is not the titles, but the way she never stopped. If you find this story inspiring, Please hit like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss special journeys like this. And what do you think really made Melissa Vargas who she is today? Leave your thoughts below.